We are back. Everything looks off on my computer, which I do not understand. But we're here. And look at that. We're getting close to affiliate. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What's up, Akeno? Welcome in. Great to see you. How's One Death Equals Reset going? I need an update. Feels like you've been flying through. Yeah, she is a demon. We're not actually here yet, though. I was peeking ahead. We are about to do the Mega Gyarados fight. Awesome. Yeah, so far, Beauty Bridget, the start of Zootopoulos Gym looks brutal. No, sir. No, we're hoping to do the roamer tonight. So the plan is get the Mega Gyarados Stone, turn around and go take on Swimmer Pablo for the Mega Aerodactyl Stone, even though we don't have an Aerodactyl. Then we'll trigger the cutscene, end erratic weather, and roll for some roamers. We'll see how much time all that takes. All right. And my understanding is that we're going to first trigger the second trainer, because this Mega Gyarados fight is broken. For now, I'm delaying. I'm just having a lot of fun with this box, and I'm kind of being greedy with NG+. There's a little bit... I always delay things until I feel I need them, but I'm definitely being even more selective than usual. Exactly. And I have a free line. Is a pretty good chance that I'll have Mega Aero if I want it. I would prefer not to have it since I already have Archon. I already have Archeops, rather. But I remember going through Victory Road before and experiencing like a fight where like Mega Aero is the lead in the game. So we'll see. No, it's not. It's broken. So here, let me actually. I'll swim to it. So there's some optionals on the way. I'll give you a little preview. So you have to fight this optional, and then I recommend going up and surfing, and it'll bypass these other optionals, which is great. And it drops you on this little island. And what you may notice, right, it looks like you can just walk up and fight them, but you can't. The male character there, Expert Colin, I think his name is, Expert Connor, will see you and walk towards you. And so it's not actually a double battle like all of the other Megastone fights. It's just a 3 Pokemon single trainer, and the first Pokemon is Lightning Rod because it's supposed to protect the Gyarados that isn't on the field. So it's a bit... It's just broken, and because it's broken, it's easy. The only thing that you really... But it's still a Focus Sash Arena Trap Dog trio. And it's still with Pursuit and Reversal. And then you have, Mega Gyarados, which can be a little bit challenging to play around. But I think we've got what we need to handle it. So we're gonna quickly review the line because I have learned, well, not quickly. We are going to review the line until I'm satisfied that past James cooked this properly, and we'll see. Alright, and then I think I decided to bring Urshifu as the emergency plan. And then Gyarados? Sure. Why not bring... No, Gyarados. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, Beedrill gets the Beedrillite. No surprise there. Ursaluna gets a Citrus Berry. You get a choice Scarf, which I think I have. I don't. Okay, we'll go pick that up. Breloom gets a Citrus Berry, which it shouldn't necessarily need, but I actually don't have that many citrus left. You got a pro tip for me? Let me hear it. I'm ready. Someone has clearly been a friend of the channel and knows the pain. Okay, you do not have to apologize for trolling me in chat. That is objectively funny and not at all frustrating to hear. Oh, that's great. You burn your Ursaluna, it does more damage. Well, you should have been here in Seafloor Cavern because, or maybe you did see it. Because we did, in fact, lead the Ferrothorn fight with pre-burnt, timid, reckless Obstagoon. So we've done it. We have pre-burnt the Mist Guts Pokemon this run. So be careful. I might just take your advice anyway. Uno reverse card. Pro tip. I could teach it Facade too. Actually, I could follow your advice and do more damage. Recently, I've been doing that. Inca Cola showed up in chat and was like, you should put leftovers on your Slowbro for this fight. And then was immediately like, but I'm chatting. I'm like, but are you? And then I went to the fight with leftovers. Okay. Alright, you do need a Citrus Berry. You don't need to do anything. And then I think the point of Urshifu was to be Scarfed. Otherwise, it's not really a backup plan. Okay. Alright, so let's review the line. And just going to announce this ahead of time since I'm fairly certain this is how it works. But if for some reason the other trainer happens to be first, I'm not going to try to steer it with the team I have. I'm going to come back with the right team. You get to know who you're fighting. My Urshifu is solid, right? I mean, in the world where you are getting 3 naturally 31 IVs, I don't have any bad IVs, but my nature is fine. I'm not max attack, so right, it's like a B+ Urshifu. Truthfully, it hasn't come to that many fights. Mostly not because Urshifu's not good, but because my Hydreigon is almost perfect. Right, now we've put 2 scales in it to make it perfect, but this dark type is just better than Urshifu. At least pre-E4. Urshifu might be the best dark type for Elite Four, but Hydreigon also is incredible. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Dark Urshifu cleans up in the back-to-back in Juan's gym. And mine, if it was plus speed, mine would fix my problems on the first back-to-back as well. We're just not there. All right, hold on. Let me lock in and let me do this fight, because I have a habit recently of only chatting and not playing, and I need to get better at multitasking. So turn 1. So all we want is a little bit of Life Orb damage on this guy. Oh, we got to pre-damage our Beedrill. So turn 1, we're going to yawn the Manectric. And then even if we get max roll crit HP Grass, it's always HP Grass again. If he protects, we just yawn until he doesn't protect. So we're going to get a yawn up, and we're going to get 10% on Manectric, and then we're going to switch to Beedrill. If he switches on a protect, he falls asleep, and we get a free turn to attack, so the range doesn't matter. If he does attack us, then he's going to be below 80%, so Poison Jab will always KO. Beedrill outspeeds both Pokemon, and Dugtrio has a Focus Sash, so Dugtrio will come in for the slow kill with Stone Edge or Earthquake. We will U-turn out of there, bring him down to Sash, and we'll swing in Choice Scarf Hydreigon, who will take Earthquake or Stone Edge without issue. We'll U-turn, KO the thing before it can activate Reversal, and go back to Beedrill. Beedrill will be pre-damaged to exactly 211 HP. We will be at -1 attack, so if we didn't have the pre-damage, he could set up, but because we will, it will always be Waterfall. So 1, I'm going to be too high HP for Pursuit to work, but 2, it's actually bugged. So let me make sure this line works, that we will -1 U-turn the Mega Gyarados doing 50%, and then we will switch Breloom onto the field. Breloom will take a Waterfall, and with Poison Heal damage, double crit doesn't exceed 112%, so we're safe to just double Mach Punch, which plays around Waterfall Flinch. And then we have a full HP Urshifu in the back as backup. No, it doesn't miss. So in vanilla game, Pursuit follows the turner. So if I clicked U-turn and he clicked Pursuit, I would take boosted Pursuit damage on the way out. I would be able to U-turn out, but Pursuit would kill me, right? As a Beedrill especially. So if I clicked switching out, I could die with my pre-damage to Pursuit crit. Actually, that's not even true, because my maximum HP, I'm going to be at 211. So even if it did Pursuit me, I would live, which is crazy. It just shows you how bad Dugtrio is. But in this game, for whatever reason, the Pursuit is not boosted when you turn out. You do take Pursuit damage. It just doesn't do full damage. I don't know if there's a bug with Terrain versus Pursuit specifically. So the situation that I've personally witnessed is Pursuit Mega Metagross in Tayton Liza does not do boosted damage. So I switched out. I U-turned my Mega Beedrill on that Metagross, took Pursuit, and was dead to every roll of boosted Pursuit from Mega Metagross, but did not die because it didn't do boosted damage. So that one I'm certain of because I have personally witnessed it. All right, and I'm confident that this line works. Weirdly enough, for how free this fight is supposed to be because it's broken, I actually could not cook it earlier with my sleep-deprived state. We go in. Swimmer Rodney, hello. Okay. There you go. Single fight. Another Ursaluna that still has Yawn. That's how you know this hasn't come to that many fights. The fact that it still has Yawn. Alright. But Yawn does make this line entirely safe. Ursaluna has basically been coming to fights as the only thing in my box that gets me guaranteed grass moves from electric types. There's a lot of HP grass electric types that are hard to bait. Lantern and Ursaluna are like kind of the only two Pokemon that tend to do it well. This is just kind of funny that Ursaluna for me is just like a defensive pivot. Alright, again, this is guaranteed grass move or protect. Let's make sure the Beedrillite is on. It is. Hidden Power Grass. He takes another tick. He falls asleep. We didn't pre-damage. Okay. Okay. Where Scarf Urshifu will be -1 against Mega Gyarados. If we drop our special defense, or our defense, do we die to crit? Waterfall. We do not. So... do we still go Beedrill? Because if he sets up, we also KO him. I think this is totally fine. Okay. We will keep the little pre-damage we have, though. We will KO with Poison Jab. Yeah, it's fine. I don't like making mistakes. It would not have been fine if we were still using Breloom. Because, well, it still probably would have been fine. Alright, Arena Trap Dog Trio. This is Stone Edge or Earthquake. We're faster. We turn out. Arena Trap cannot prevent the turn. Hydreigon is Choice Scarfed, which makes us faster, and it takes a pretty small amount even if it goes for Stone Edge. Stone Edge was more likely, and then we U-turn again. KO the Dug Trio. And then let's just do the math here. So if we get our 50% damage on Gyarados, and then Gyarados sets itself up at +1/+1, because I always like getting Breloom a frag. Breloom would never die to Max Roll Crit, Waterfall, or Crunch, so we can do the original line. Just a control thing. I only want Pokemon to set up when I want them to set up. Okay. U-turn. It's fine if you're gonna crit him. Hold my beer, says Beedrill. No frags for Breloom. We tried. Alright. And then you can't do the fight the way this is designed. You actually have to fly away and come back to reset the positioning. And remember, the second fight is equally as free. Usually you do it with your Electrode, but our Electrode isn't good enough to do the job. Conveniently, we have another Volt Switcher with us. So, the next fight is Gyarados, Galarian Weezing, and Braviary. And this, honestly, it's a nice thing that this fight is a single battle, because this Braviary can be a complete box check even at this point in the game. Defiant Braviary with Stab Double Edge, Iapapa Berry, so you can't just like damage it down, you can't intimidate it, and then it has Tailwind too. This thing is a certified demon that only doesn't matter because this is a single fight. So what are we going to do here? Sorry, let me reset my box a little bit. I think that this fight is 2 Pokemon, and we'll bring a third for backup. Well, we'll bring 6, but... So turn 1, we will Life Orb Volt Switch the Gyarados, and we will fast KO it. And then we want to switch into something that baits Braviary, and Arcanine outspeeds out damages Galarian Weezing, and outspeeds out damages Braviary. So, sorry, out damages Braviary, but is slower. So we will switch in. We will get close combat guaranteed out of it. Can't Tailwind because he's faster. And we'll go back to Galvantula with the... Ooh, do we just go Specs? I didn't even look at that. Maybe we just go Choice Specs. Because at -1 Spadef, Choice Specs Volt Switch KOs, and then we can just have Arcanine on the field. Doing Flare Blitz plus Flare Blitz, and probably winning right there. Right? Or can we just, like... Can Slowbro just one-shot it now that it's... no, Slowbro can't one-shot it because ours is so weak. Okay, so let's just stick to the plan, which is Arcanine, Flare Blitz, and then probably E-Speed. But if we get... And we'll Persian Berry on... I'm sorry, we'll Lumberry the Arcanine. We will Persian Berry Excadrill in case we get double statused on Hamilton, and then it's totally safe. This one not so hard. All right, we can still bring Gyarados' back up. I like getting to use the spider. Galvantula has been underwhelming and yet useful. Okay. Urshifu doesn't have a whole lot of use here. I think we actually bring kind of a... Let's bring Golisopod. And then let's bring something we're willing to lose that doesn't have Intimidate. Who are we willing to lose? There's one more Sun fight in the game, so let's not ditch Houndoom yet. We probably don't get to use much more Houndoom, though. Shark and Glalie might matter. Kingdra still might matter. Who don't we like? We actually like pretty much our whole box, truthfully. So in that case, we're not going to bring something we're going to lose. We're going to bring Milotic. And we're going to pre-burn it, as we tend to do. Okay. Alright. Hold on. Never mind, we need to bring a flying type, because we need to be able to get out of there. Let's bring Archeops over Golisopod, because otherwise we have to go through the entire route, and I don't feel like doing that. Okay. We also need to go get the specs item. Couple appearances of Choice Specs Galvantula. It doesn't have that much damage output, and the specs have kind of helped it remain valuable. Alright, and we said Lumberry on you. We almost have more Lumberries than Citrus. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Is Excadrill a better pivot? It is. Excadrill is objectively a better choice. So we will go Galvantula, Excadrill, Galvantula. And Excadrill, just to be completely certain that we aren't going to get Tailwind, we're going to pre-damage Excadrill to 306. Okay. Fight 2 of the day. Well, that's true, I did a fight earlier. Fight 2 of the stream. Alright, this Gyarados would be a lot harder to KO with Volt Switch if there weren't a Life Orb, or if there were a Lightning Rod Pokemon next to it. Alright, Choice Specs Volt Switch KOs Gyarados. It has Power Herb and Intimidate, so no Sash problems. And then we switch in Excadrill, who is speed tied with Braviary, so Braviary is going to come in, think that it's faster, and always click Close Combat. There we go. Conveniently, Close Combat is the one move that Braviary has that Galvantula can switch into, and Galvantula, with Volt Switch, can KO that too. It's like having an Electrode, except that we don't need a Golisopod pivot. Very satisfying to have a clean thing. This doesn't affect his defense drop, doesn't activate Defiant, as we all know. And then we Volt Switch KO this guy. And then the only thing that's left is Galarian Wheezing with Black Sludge. So this is usually going to be a 3-hit KO, and this can status us. It would have to status us twice and have the second status be Confusion for us to switch out. Or obviously we can just get a crit. Sludge Bomb, Strange Steam, Will-O-Wisp, Fire Blast. No confusion. We win. Fun fact, this does 18.7% maximum to our Arcanine. It might be optimal to Rock Slide, but we're not going to bother. Sludge Bomb, absolutely fine. He got the crit. And the poison, -1 Lumberry. Blitz number 3. Okay, and then again, now we're going to go back to Mr. Triathlete Pablo and his Crustle. And we're going to definitely review this line because while I'm almost certain it's riskless, I have no interest in losing a Pokemon on a Mega Fight where I don't even have the Pokemon that the stone supports. That would be very frustrating indeed. Hold on, almost forgot. Forgot to post to the cord that I'm live. Okay. All right. Triathlete Pablo in Rain. We specifically went and got the Mega Gyarados Stone so that we have one of the few good leads on this fight. There's kind of two. Right? One is Water Urshifu. We don't have that. The other is Waterfall Mega Gyarados. With Mold Breaker, we go right through Sturdy. So that's what we're going to do. In Rain, even our very underwhelming Gyarados one-shots this guy with Waterfall. And then it baits what? And you got to be careful with the calc on this. Because every time you click on Tyranitar, it will show you it in Sand, but the truth is that Rain is up when it chooses to switch in. So Switch AI is totally annoying here. Tyranitar is faster than us only, but does not have a KO, and Sneasler does. So Sneasler is coming in for fast KO with close combat. On that close combat, we're just going to go directly into Noivern, and we're going to do the math here to make sure this works out. But we take close combat. It's not Poison Touch. We live every crit, and then he takes 26 in recoil. And so at -1 Spadef, our max speed Noivern is faster, and 246 plus 26 is 272, which is 4 more HP than Sneasler has. So we guarantee ourselves the switch in we need. Okay, that's great. Excellent. Love to see it. So Air Slash, Noivern KOs. Noivern outspeeds everything. Right, outspeeds T-Tar, outspeeds Delphox, outspeeds Kingdra, and is always dead to non-Mega, non-Tough Claws Stone Edge from Aerodactyl. We may also be dead to Dual Wing Beat. We don't really care, although we are going to Citrus Berry to try and stay out of that range. On that attack, we go to Excadrill. And Excadrill takes it doesn't actually take double crit dual wing beat. Is this better with Togedemaru? It might just be. Because it's not guaranteed. Hold on. Right, it's pretty safe, but it's not entirely safe. We can't do a Golisopod thing. Remind myself, who's the rest of the team here? We're bringing Barrascuda. We're bringing Golisopod. I think this is what I was doing before. That's not even Golisopod. What's beating Kingdra? You are. Okay, hold on. I think I wrote this down. Let's. All right. And golly. Alright, so this is the crew, which means I don't have a change. The only change would be if I can beat Tyranitar with Hydreigon by itself, and I don't think I can. When you turn on the Stone Edge, Togedemaru would kind of sort of just die. So with Gyarados, we do have to pre-status Gyarados. That's something to remember. All right, how afraid am I of double crit dual wing beat? Because we have to pre-do. Ooh, we don't have to pre-damage. Mega Aero is dead to every roll of Iron Head. No, it's not. It's dead to a roll of Iron Head. So we show a KO to Mega Aerodactyl, so it can't Hone Claws on us. Tough Claws will be active when we switch in. It's just regular offensive setup. Good. Yep. Okay. So so we can be full HP. Yeah, because we always bait the waterfall later. So yeah, a double max roll crit dual wing speed exactly would lead to a potential second dual wing beat. We'll live with that. Sleaze, no live until we got a nap. We got a nap. We feel we got 60 minutes of interrupted sleep, and we are here. We're about to do the Mega Aerodactyl fight. Huge nap tech, for sure, for sure. I'm pretty bad at napping in real life, but in this my current form, my current life, all of a sudden naps have become very essential to my survival. All right. So we just did the Mega Gyarados fight. Well, 2 fights actually. We got that. Now we're building the team for this. Oh, I got hydration. All right, that's my hidden ability. So I hit the rest. I woke right up, and I'm ready to go. Call me Gudra. Exactly. Full bot plus that Gudra was giving me nightmares. Actually, Jay, every single Gudra in the game has been a problem for my box. There's one on the way to Winstitute that usually you just KO with Gyarados Outrage. My Gyarados was actually slower than it, and I autopiloted it, so I didn't know. And I risked just dying to crit as a result. And then there's another Gudra in Aqua Hideout, and that Gudra set up 4 curses on my Azu, which was just fantastic, super fun. T still makes fun of me for that stream because I was just like, please pray for me as I continually clicked Draining Kiss. That fight went so badly. Everything. That was a fight where everything went wrong. It was Shelly-like. Yeah. Well, so the one in Aqua Hideout it was the gooey ability, so it's like tangling hair. So it lowered your speed every time you hit it. So it would curse, I would Draining Kiss. He would curse, lower his speed, so I'd be able to like show a fast 2-shot. And then you'd hit Draining Kiss and gooey, and you become slower again. By the time I finally just bludgeoned my way through the thing, it was at +4/+4, and I was at -6 speed. Doing great. Truly, yeah, for all the preparation that I do, that fight on that day, I was just clicking buttons. Yeah, it was. All right, Citrus on you, Citrus on you. You know what I didn't check is, do I die? I don't think so. 61 and then like crit you in the sand. No, we never died double crit through Citrus Berry. It feels fine, if I'm being honest. I'm excited to do some emotes, but I still haven't actually hit affiliate yet. I don't have enough viewers per stream consistently. So according to Twitch, I have a little bit more work to do. My gameplay is not compelling enough. Although you are here consistently, as is Ben quite recently. So I got a pretty good shot to hit that affiliate mark soon enough. I'm excited to have some emotes. I have no intention of trying to make money out of doing this. I want to vibe. I want to hang with the boys and play some fun Pokemon games. I don't think you know this if going way back, not that far back. Cheesemo is the streamer that got me into specifically watching Twitch. Prior to this, I was like, I'd watch highlights on YouTube. I was obsessed with the game, but I just wasn't into the Twitch scene specifically. And his stream was just so fun. The vibes were great, and I really enjoyed it so much so that I was like, dude, I want to give back, and the way that I'm going to give back is I'm going to stream so you can come troll me and roast me the way I have you. And so even though Cheesemo doesn't join my stream all that often, like, he is pretty much single-handedly the reason that I stream at all. There's definitely like a small percentage of like, hey, I want to prove that I can beat the game to the world. I've proven it to myself, but that doesn't count for anybody else. But that's secondary to just like, I want people to have fun hanging with me the way I had fun with him and so many other great streamers. Yeah, man, he's got that. He's the right guy. I don't know. All right, let me lock in and make sure I do my pre-statusing. Oh, yeah. Pre-toxic Gyarados. And then we need no pre-damage on Excadrill. We need Golisopod pre-damage to be really specific, because what's-his-face does, like, no damage to us. Okay. So we're taking Earthquake exactly on Golisopod to get our emergency exit. Earthquake does 39 in rain and singles. Okay. So our exit number is 121. No, our exit number is 120 plus 39, 159. We're going to go one less than that anyway. Pre-damage. And then we're going to eyeball it to make sure it looks good. Maybe I need to click the link. Hey, man. I got enough children. I don't need to be clicking no links with boo in the title. Anything more like that, I'm going to be in some serious financial difficult situations. All right, one more time I'm going to run through the whole line. You tell me if anything looks really dumb. So, turn 1, in rain, we waterfall the Crustle, we KO it. Even our minus speed Gyarados is faster. We KO it through Sturdy with Mold Breaker. Red card never activates. It dies. T-Tar is slower than us. The first Pokemon that's faster than us is Sneasler. With 1 Poison Tick, Gyarados is never dead. Is always dead to close combat and never dead to Gunk Shot. So it can only click close combat. This Pablo doesn't know the tech. That's why he's sitting in a cave where it's permanently raining, waiting for someone to come battle him, because he is a dope. We switch in our Hasty Noivern with a Citrus Berry on close combat. We live all rolls. The close combat Spadef drop and the Life Orb tick is enough so that Air Slash always kills with 91%. Right, we're going to KO by like 4 HP. Noivern at 282 speed outspeeds Tyranitar and Delphox and Kingdra. The only thing that is faster than us is non-Mega Aerodactyl. So non-Mega Aerodactyl is going to come in, and it's going to see dual Wing Beat or Stone Edge for a fast KO. It's usually Stone Edge. We're going to go to Excadrill. Excadrill takes... And then we have to turn it into Hone Claws. takes Stone Edge max roll crit, and it takes double crit dual wing beat unless they both also max roll, and always baits Earthquake. Aerodactyl cannot set up because it's Hone Claws, and we show a killing roll with Iron Head. We will go on to Gali on guaranteed Earthquake, and that will give us a free switch into, Gali takes 39 from Earthquake. 39 damage will bring us to 119, which is below half. So we will get an emergency exit into Swift Swim Mystic Water Barraskewda, which we will use to KO with Liquidation. Barraskewda shows a fast KO to Tyranitar with close combat, so he can't come in. We show, and then both Kingdra and Delphox have killing rolls. So we're going to get Delphox slow kill, psychic, or hypnosis. We could pre-damage, but we're not going to bother. It could technically laser focus too. We don't care. This Delphox is the reason you want to do this fight in rain. The second reason is you want to use Barraskewda. Delphox clicks Psychic. We go into our now Dark type Gyarados, who is pre-poisoned, and so it takes Psychic or Overheat or Laser Focus. It takes 1 tick, and it always baits Overheat or a non-damaging move. We go back to Barraskewda, who is full HP and always takes max roll crit Earthquake in case he laser focused. Overheat, sorry. We flip. Do we flip turn? No, we don't flip turn. Because we want to bait. Yeah, we do flip turn. We flip turn KO the Delphox, the old double flip focus sash play, and we go into Excadrill. Excadrill is faster than Tyranitar and slower than Kingdra, and in the rain, Kingdra always sees a KO with Waterfall and never sees a KO with any other move after the damage we've taken from Aerodactyl. Even if it missed, it's still always Waterfall. So we prevent Dragon Dance. We go into Hydreigon on Waterfall. This is a sniper crit guy, so it can do 60% to us with a crit, even though we resist the move. We outspeed naturally. We KO with Draco Meteor. We're holding a Citrus Berry, so there's no pursuit shenanigans, even though it should not be possible anyway. We're never going to be below 40%. And then Tyranitar comes in and is clicking exactly Stone Edge. We can U-turn the Tyranitar for some fun chip, but we don't need to, because once Sand is active, we have a Sand Force Excadrill that always lives Stone Edge crit and KOs with Earthquake. Anything look wrong to you, Jay? I don't even know if you're still there. I think he's gone. Hope it looks right. Gyarados, Waterfall, Citrus Berry, Air Slash, Iron Head, Citrus Berry, Mystic Water, Citrus Berry. No citrus for you. We have no intent of switching back out. Let's go in. Triathlete Pablo is this way. No, not Zootopolis. Go back to Moss Deep. All right, tab in. Triathlete Pablo. no pre-damage on Excadrill. Yeah. Just the pre-status on Gyarados. Alright, we go in for the Mega Stone we don't need and we hope to never use. Triathlete Pablo leads with a red card sturdy Crustle. But in the rain, Mold Breaker Mega Gyarados one-shots it through, and we never have to worry about it. Even our minus speed, nearly min speed, Gyarados outspeeds this Crustle and one-shots in the rain. We take 1 tick of Toxic, and we bait Sneasler for close combat. Sneasler has a Life Orb and is clicking Close Combat for a fast KO. We go Noivern here, and we live max roll crit just barely. We prefer not to see crit because it leads to a fiction scenario, but we're okay with it. Show me the Life Orb tick. This Pablo guy gets it. He listened. Alright. I feel so good about keeping Air Slash on Noivern because I never have before, and it's been so clutch in a few situations. Alright. With the drop and the Life Orb tick, this just KOs. Dexa, thank you for not having Air Slash be 95% accurate in this game. Alright, the only thing that KOs us, and is faster, is Aerodactyl. We're the perfect speed tier between Sneasler and Aerodactyl, and there's not much room between those two. But it's not luck, it's scales we spent. We had to scale this Noivern. First we had to hasty sync it, then we had to scale its speed for Maxi. So it's not an accident that we're in this position right now. It's all a part of the plan. Alright, Noivern is dead to base form Aerodactyl, so it doesn't matter what HP we were at. One nice thing about this setup, there is no variance. The only potential is dual wing beat here, which is very unlikely. Science! I need a science emote. Alright, we have a killing roll with Iron Head, so it cannot set up. It must attack us with Earthquake exactly. I think we're also dead because we got hit by Stone Edge. $114's enough for an exit. Watch this huge Oranberry proc. Oof. Yeah. We go to Mystic Water Barraskewda. Let's check our item, because we're a serious Nuzlocker, and that's what you do, is you immediately panic after you check this 6 times. Mystic Water. Let's go. We KO with Liquidation. Correct, because we need a flip turn. Liquidation one-shots the Aerodactyl. We show fast KO to Tyranitar. There's a Focus Sash Pokemon that KOs us. That's got to come in next. Show me Delphox. There we go. We could have pre-damaged to make this more consistent, but it's already free. We flip turn out. We break the Sash. We have an Overheat Pokemon in the sun with a Psychic move. Nick! Welcome in, King. How you doing? Defeating evil quite easily. We are getting the Mega Aerodactyl Stone, and we don't even have an Aerodactyl. We're just flexing on the game. All right, this can laser focus, or it can overheat. Barraskewda doesn't care. We just needed to be pre-toxic to prevent hypnosis on the switchback. For the record, I think this is only the second time that Barraskewda has been able to switch into a move in the entire game. Mine is so frail, it's just dead to everything max roll crit. Which includes a Hellroom fake out at one point. All right. This is the one we got to make sure we get right. This is the flip turn KO. Yeah, flip turn KO. Because we got to bait the Kingdra next. All right, we have Kingdra and Tyranitar in the back. It actually doesn't matter. It would matter slightly. But this has got to be Kingdra for Waterfall. Inexplicably, I guess because this fight probably wasn't designed to be in rain, this Kingdra is Sniper and not Swift Swim. It is always clicking Waterfall. It cannot set up. We go into Hydreigon. Hydreigon lives max roll Sniper crit with ease, and Citrus is above 50%. But surely there's no crit here. Oh, Jay, you're gonna be calling out? I mean, did we have some good, like, Memorial Day barbecue action? All right, Draco Meteor just KOs. For those that know the lore, this one's for Inca. Right here. Our boy. Love you, buddy. Peace, Kingdra. We click Draco Meteor on this guy. All right, and then we get the T-Tar last, who's like, hey, this is actually supposed to be a sand fight. Well, maybe you should make your sand Pokemon lead the battle. This is guaranteed Stone Edge. We U-turn. Huge damage. This is Choice Band Stone Edge. I want you to watch the awesome damage this does to my Excadrill. Oh yeah. Nice Choice Band. We quad resist rock. It is a sneaky, awesome part of Excadrill. Monkey, welcome in. And then this is Iron Head KO. We are Sand Force. I don't think that actually matters because of the chip we did. Yeah, it doesn't. But it feels better that we're Sand Force. We're going to pretend that that's valuable here. Sand Force, Earthquake. Actually, every one of our moves except Iron Head, except Rapid Spin KOs. But we're going to do the Earthquake. Nice job on Watson, Monkey. Sleaze, Nick. Monkey's kind of new to the scene. He's not new to Twitch. He's been gaming. He's just new to Run and Bun specifically. And he's been calcing up some Shell and some Watson, and he's on a PB right now. And Nick, I told you I was going to do this, and now we're doing it. You're the goat, buddy. Only real ones will know. But hey, you also might come to the E4, so we'll see. All right, so now we can trigger the now we can finally trigger the cutscene, and then go do some Sutopolis Gym. I mean, if I have an E4 team, I'm probably gonna have to name them all after the homies. When you only have like 5 viewers, you know, you you show them some love. Sleaze, if you want to be somebody on this unit, you let me know. Any Pokemon in the box not already named, which is most of them, could be you. Monkey too, man. He can anybody pick one. All right. What am I doing here? I am going to Oh, I should bring a team that doesn't die to stuff in the water in case I trigger one of these battles. We always bring Milotic to these things. We always bring Hydreigon to these things. This has been our unit for optionals, and it's done quite well. Scissor with a Lumberry, sure. Yeah, and then a Fairy type. Oh, and we gotta go get the Mock Bite. Amphi is open. Alright. We going Sleaze, J, or your full Twitch name? What are you looking for here? First shiny, that's awesome. My first shiny was in Run and Bun, and it was a shiny Fletchling. Sleaze Sheep. Dealer's choice. All right, I got it. I know what I want it to be then. No, not R is not the first letter. Strike 2. I know what I'm doing, guys. I am a serious professional. The best version of Sleaze. Sleaze ASMR. I'm so glad that fits. I'm not kidding when I say the voice got me yesterday. I was loving it. And there's probably a part of it that's just how sleep deprived I am. I was just like half asleep already, and then you went live, and I'm like, oh, this is so calming. I felt loved by Jay last night. I felt protected and safe. Meanwhile, Nick did like 12 push-ups of my 25. It was a good stream. You played great too. That's what it's all about. I'll tell her myself. What's her Discord? I'm sure she has one. I got no problems hitting on dudes in front of their wives. I will do it. All right. The one thing we do want to make sure here is that we lead. Don't bring 4 water types. I'm telling you, I am the king of being dead to freeze dry. That is like my go-to play. This shouldn't matter. We should just walk by these guys, no problem. I really don't know when to go. We did it. Oh, now you're in trouble. Now I absolutely can go glaze you up to your wife on Discord. And that sounds amazing to me. Yeah, you know, I'll go in there and be like, you can do better. You wouldn't believe how often this guy hits on other dudes. Not that I would ever do that. We still didn't get the bike. We said we needed the bike. Right? We don't have the mock bike, do we? No. No faith in the wifey. I have full faith. We got no concerns over here. My wife and I have reached a level of codependence that we can't imagine a world with other people. Whoa, Ben! I did not notice your name. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. How are we doing tonight? Did you have a good holiday? I was hearing your name on Cheesemo stream because he pulled a bolt on it, immediately named it Ben X Glaze, your homie. That's right. Ben was touching grass and hanging out with females. Who would have thought? Also, I dropped the not gonna believe this. I dropped the meth what's it called? Command in chat on somebody else's channel and nothing happened. Ridiculous. It didn't work. They didn't. Cheesemo doesn't know. I dropped baby oil. The guy runs to the front door and shows me his Amazon package. He has baby oil on command. Ridiculous. All right, I forget if we need to get through. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Well, Jay, you are one of a kind. Dude, he did. He was so excited. Like, opened the package, held it up to the camera. It was like show and tell. It was great. So wholesome. The only person who could wholesomely show baby oil. All right, we'll play the cutscene. I think it's the lucid, man. I think it's gotten into his brainstem. Oh, there is no cutscene. I know what I'm doing. Can I just escape rope? Oh, no, I'm not the first runner to fall for that. I forgot. Lumid. Alolan Creed. Haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going? Welcome in. He hates Turtle. He'll never. He would come back and hack in Incineroar again, maybe. There is no shot he will run Turtle. He hates it. Which is hilarious. He hates it because of Synth. And then the guy runs Slowbro E4 and clicks Synth like 30 times. It's hilarious. He is the GOAT, though. Let's keep in mind. He is absolutely the GOAT. Called out, but the GOAT. Yeah. And I am certainly one to have unfound hatred for certain Pokemon. I certainly play like I hate, what's his face? Monkey. But really, it's just because I'm trying to rizz up Torterra. Only the GOATs run Torterra. I guess I must be a GOAT. Of course, my Torterra is dead, so maybe I'm just a GOAT killer. Well, yeah, I'm certainly there too. Every time, you should have heard me. There's the Breeder Miles, a random trainer on the way to the one that guards the Safari Zone. You can do a 3 Pokemon Torterra chain kill, and I was glazing it up so hard there. It was great. Rayquaza is like, you woke me up. I told you never to wake me up. And he replied 99 fans in the chat. My starter has been dead since Magma Hideout Hellroom. I lost it to forgetting that Arbok had Intimidate. I set up a chain kill. My chain kill looked guaranteed in the calc because I'm an idiot. And I actually had 6 killing rolls and I missed the range. I missed the range into Gunk Shot double hitting me. So we still had roughly 50-50 odds to make it out. Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here now. I've got all the videos, so at the end, if I'm successful in climbing the mountaintop and finishing this game, I will figure out how to do video editing and put together like all of the fights and maybe a couple of the moments of realization in calc. Should be fun. But I'm not doing any of that until I finish the game because it feels like bad luck, like I'm gonna assume the victory. All right, let's remind these guys how humble they should have been. Maybe being an international crime organization was a bad idea. Well, you know, Pichal built the world that we all play in. Like, that's a pretty tough comparison. I mean, he created the Nuzlocking category. I don't think I'm getting millions of views. I have 6 viewers on the stream right now, and I'm like, oh my god, I got a whole crowd of people. This is awesome. There you go, Monkey. Yeah. I used to follow Pichal while he was playing Emerald Kaizo blind. All right, so I've been into Nuzlocking since he created the category and got that game. It was awesome. I don't know. Again, I'm not doing it for anything other than it's cool. 6 viewers on Twitch is like top 3%. Oh my god, that's so true. Plus, I notice if you have more than 1 viewer, you don't get hit by the bots as often. They somehow know if you have nobody and come in and they're obnoxious. All right, so it's roamer time, right? We have to decide what roamer we want, and then I don't think roamers can be synchronized, but there's no way we aren't leading Musharna. Can we just be honest about that? Because is there such a thing as a roamer? Anything but talking to the void. I was so bad early on, I didn't even talk to the void. I was just live, and it was just silent. Luckily for me, T-Gamers came in and got me talking about my lines, and that got me a little bit of confidence to keep going. You have to have a little bit of an ego to stream, and I I struggled to have one early on. Right? You gotta believe that what you're saying is stuff people want to hear. Yeah, it's funny. I'm more likely to be in calc, or be in somebody's chat if they have like 2 viewers than if they have 50. Because I like hanging out. Like I don't, I want to have a conversation more than I just want to watch them game. Did we get the Devon radar? Yes, we did. All right, and this is the one time where we put this on the select button. And we don't have repellent active right now, do we? Repellent activated. All right, let's look at this beautiful blue water for a second, and let's figure out, with all these delays, right, which one do we actually want to pull, and then how greedy are we going to be with our roamer number 1? It's true. I might use up a whole bunch of encounters right now. When you have 10 roamer routes, you can be a little bit picky early on. Right? I honestly didn't even know that 125 was a roamer route until I looked at the decks again. Let me make sure that's still true. Where are my Pokemon locations? Holy. Bro, I didn't know I could just not take like 110. Why haven't I delayed all the encounters of the game? I should just run my starter all the way through Watson. I genuinely don't think you've seen me throw a ball yet. You should have come earlier. I didn't delay everything. I was talking to Cheesemo yesterday, and I told him I have 20 delayed encounters, and I think he got legitimately mad at me for it. And then, ironically, like 10 minutes later, Sleeves was trying to get him to do NG+, and he's like, I would never do NG+ unless I specifically routed encounters with NG+ in mind. And I'm like, oh, so if you would delay it, it would be fine. I get it. Can you imagine delaying 121 a Dragapult route for... That's crazy. The last Pokeball we threw was Magma Hideout. During, what was that? After Moss Deep Gym, we pulled Houndoom. And then we did pull our Sootopolis encounter. So we've thrown 2 Pokeballs for sure. And I think we did catch both on the Quick Ball. Oh yeah, we bet it all on game knowledge, no question. So of what we have delayed, because weirdly enough, with all the delays we love to do, we never ever delay 123 on this channel. 123 Milotic is too good. If there's one lesson to take away, get Milotic. It's freaking amazing. So, let's peek at these. 124. There's no way I want Bruxish. There's no way I want Basculegion. Because Basculegion's best value ends in Moss Deep Gym. So I'm very likely to pull that one. 125. There is a very good chance at some point we will want a bulky physical ice type. So, and we have Walrein, we have the Slowbro line. So 125 we will keep for kind of as long as we can. And if we decide we want Primarina, which I very much hope I never need, then we would pull, we would try to get Starmie from some of these other routes to make it a higher chance. So 125 we will keep delayed. 126. 126. Cradily, Starmie, King. Wow, we have this almost duped out. So we can, because isn't one of these, yeah, we could do 126 underwater, probably get Cradily, and then have guaranteed Starmie. So we really have a lot of Prim options if we want it. Dog. 1, absolutely an Eagles fan. Go Birds. 2, did you not watch the Super Bowl? Saquon running for 45 yards. Not throwing the ball. Get out of here. Oh, I know. Everybody loves to hate the Eagles. It's all good. And we can be friends as long as you're not a Cowboys fan. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. No. You don't even live there. No, you're one of those international fans of everybody around the world loves America's team. Why? They've been terrible since you were born. Are you from there, or are you just a boring Cowboys fan? Basic's the term. My family's all cow. All right. We can do the family thing. That's all good. I'll be honest, my family is not I got my family into football. So it was like I watched my first game on TV by myself at like age 9, and now my parents like call me to talk about the game. So I love building community where you can. You were nearly named Troy or Emma. Oh man, you're a true Cowboys fan. Well, can I just say, I hope you win the championship of this game before your team ever wins one again. Yeah. I also, Trey Lance, answer me that. What were we thinking? No. Not until Jerry's gone. Let me tell you, we are huge fans of Jerry Jones here in Philadelphia. He would never buy a drink in this town. We love him. There's even, oh my God, we have a radio station here called WIP where it's just all fan everything. And there's like regular callers that they just want to hate on the Cowboys, which is great. We love them for it. And the one guy flies to Dallas and videos himself giving Jerry Jones a standing ovation. And Jerry Jones, being the person that he is, doesn't ignore the guy. He goes up to the guy and shakes his hand and thanks him for the kind words. God. All right, this is an Aerodactyl route, so we will, even though we might end up fishing this is a really good route. Also, the Starmie thing works for Prim. Starmie is also an interesting decision because if we were to get, for NG+, if we have Starmie as a dupe, we have guaranteed Dreadnought, the early game GOAT, out of Dewford, which is really important because we don't have the other encounter from that route at all. So that's a really intriguing option. We will continue to delay that one. 127, there's no way. I'm never pulling any of these. I don't want to dupe out Ludicolo. We got through Archie 2. Archie 2 is like the thing you want Ludicolo for. We got through Erratic Weather. We got through the rain fights. I think there's one more rain fight in Victory Road. We'll get through it. So I think 127, and there's no way that I'm pulling a Talonflame now and having that be duped out. Like, that's crazy. Right. Even though I would love to dupe out Pinsir, I wouldn't mind duping out Pidgeot. This just seems like the lowest of rolls. If I hit 20% Ludi or Talonflame, it's just bad. And you might be like, Ludicolo, like, why do you care so much about it? There aren't that many 4 times water resists in the game, and there are a ton of rain fights. You want a 4x water resist. And right now, I think what's left for me is Ludicolo and a Alolan Exeggutor. So, kind of need that guy. I might be missing 1 or 2, but I think it's a pivotal encounter to keep. 128. This is another one I would like to continue to delay because of NG+. I don't know if Huntail Gorbis is a good dupe or not for NG+, but it makes Crawdaunt more likely from 115, and that's intriguing. The sad part would be if we pull Relicanth and then can't get a Reggie, because that's like, I don't know, it's just a cool thing to do for NG+. We also want Swift Swim Golduck to be around, so the more I think about this, I think it's a throw. I think this is a throw to try and get greedy on rounding. We only want to do NG+ rounding when it makes 100% sense. All right, I'm losing track. I lost track. That was 128. So 128 we want to use. $127 we want to use. Well, we're gonna hold it for now, actually. Because it is a good encounter, right? Like Mega Heracross is a potentially 4-mon. Right, that's a delay. Right, well, that's the thing. Like, Huntail's often what you need, but I've got Togedemaru, I've got Wordier. I'm probably going to have a lot of Donphan runs. So, you're right, Huntail is your Cope, Zygarde, and Glowbro answer, but Donphan just does those things better. And then we can also pull the horse from Brustboro or Verdant Turf if we need it. So I'm not. Well, the horse can't do Zygarde, but there are answers. And if we need to be really Cope, we can do like Ice Beam, Scale on Masquerain. Like we have like pretty good encounters throughout the game available. Donphan for Zygarde, Ice Shard. You get floor 1 Donphan or Phanpy. Gotcha. All good. All good. 129, Delmise Barascute. So we have guaranteed Pidgeot if we want it, which is intriguing. And then this is another one where like Stunfisk dupe might be useful, although Stunfisk is one of the random Mega Pidgey encounters that exist out there. Let's look at that. This is a 117 question. Right, 117 fishing. Right, we have the Grimer dupe. We could get the Stunfisk dupe, and then it would be Eel, Chinchou, Palpy, which is really solid. Because I'll be honest, with Joltik and Togedemaru gone, this encounter tree is not looking good. And we have pretty much missed all the Encore Pokemon, so there's a pretty good chance we'll have Encore next run without pulling a Alolan Raichu. So that one, I don't really know what to do with that one quite yet. Boltund is fine. I'm nothing against Boltund, but you want 110 Boltund. You don't want 117 Boltund. I think we can all accept that Boltund is an early game GOAT, and is fast enough to be useful later. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible later. 121 speed, Strong Jaw, and Nuzzle. It's got tools. But that's not a hit, right? I would call that a mid encounter, and then God forbid it's minus speed or minus attack. Like the bite moves just don't do enough damage. Right? Like the fact that Wild Charge is still your best move, crazy. He's the Boltund guy. Yeah, I mean, I love Magnemite. Sign me up for any Magnemite, any stats, anything at all. I will take. Analytic, Magnet Pull, don't care. In my offline victory, Magnezone was the absolute goat of the run. Rock Fang. All right, 130. 130 is intriguing. I'm not pulling potential Crawdon. We have guaranteed Pidgeot if we want it. We don't want Drakealgy because we have gotten a lot of the special walls this run, and so Drakealgy is actually a weirdly important encounter for NG+. I'm betting on that anyway. But because we only have one ghost type, I want to keep 130 delayed in case we lose Delmise or need a ghost type that actually clicks a damaging move for a change. And a fast ghost type might have some value. So we'll continue to delay that. And hopefully we don't have to make tough decisions here. Hopefully there'll just be like one or two that we really don't care about. 131. 131's another arrow, so we'll delay that. 132 is funny. I really don't want to dupe out Basculegion or Jellicent, so we're not pulling either of these. So 132 will be the first route that we do, I think. And then 133. Isn't this like a Lantern Drakealgy situation? Yeah. 133, I'll be pretty quick to pull as well. I would do Surf, not Fishing, because again, Basculegion. In case you guys didn't realize, I think Basculegion's an incredible Pokemon. I still love Babe Ruth to death. Is Babe Ruth a Pokemon that I should know about? Or is this actual Babe Ruth smoking baseball player? Okay. Sorry, so we have 3 that we're willing to pull, and we're going to start with 132. The original Boltund was Babe Ruth. Got it. Oh, we can also go get a whole bunch of scales. We've just been walking around with like no scales in the bag, and we haven't picked any up in a minute. Plus speed 28 attack. Oh, no wonder you like Boltund. Let me tell you, Ben. I liked Boltund, and then one time I got a bold Boltund that I needed to spend a freaking candy on for it to still miss a range on Indeedee and Cycling Road Rival, and then I wiped. So imagine losing with Boltund on CRR because of Boltund. Vito Zam outspeed. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. All right. We will spend a very short number of minutes trying to do Devon Radar right here on 132. It's well established that it doesn't work very well when you don't do the dive tech. So after like a minute of this, we're going to just go to another route and say that it's our encounter. It's my nightmare. I'll be honest, my nightmare is playing a Nuzlocke where C-Dot's the starter. I hate C-Dot. Any C-Dot. It does not matter. No, I'll hack somebody in. I'll pick a water starter before I do that. And I think water starters are a terrible idea. Do you know how many water types you get in a Nuzlocke? What would the other two starters be? This is the wing hates starters. That's a good question. What other Pokemon do I hate so? I see Bruxish is actually too good to put as a starter though. Like I hate Bruxish, but I hate Bruxish from this game, whereas I actually just hate C-Dot. So C-Dot's your grass type. We need a fire type starter. All right, this is the Ivy Wing Torture Scape starter. Magby is a pretty interesting one. Gotta be 3-stage, guys. Yep. Good call. I mean, to me, Tepig, even though Tepig is an actual starter, they were not cooking with this one. Like, third straight generation of a firefighting starter. And they're like, hey, I know we already played this song before, so let's make it slower and still not all that bulky and see what happens. Ridiculous. Thick, fat fire type. What do we... I guess that actually would be kind of useful. I don't know. In this game, it would be Blaze, though. I think right now it's Magby. Yeah. All right, so Firestarter would be Magby for sure. And then we need a water. Good question. My game knowledge, not that on top of it. There aren't that many fire types in general. They have a lot of mega fire types too, so there's a lot of like 3 forms, but they're not. Yeah, you're right. That's it. That's the one. Oh, Fletchinder. Fletchling, Fletchinder, Talonflame. It's just not a fire type when it starts out, but that's a 3-stager. Only Fletch 2 and 3. Yes, that is the appropriate term. And I thought that there was a second form for Carkol and Colossal. Am I wrong about that? Roly-Coly. That would be an interesting fire starter. Like I would want to play that game. I wish that there were Steam Engine Colossal and a Nuzlocke that I've played. So yeah, it's got to be Magby. Nightmarescape, C-Dot, Magby, and then give me the waters. Oh, it's too bad it can't be Psyduck. Honestly, this would be a good one, but Poliwag the Poliwag line gives off starter vibes, doesn't it? Well, yeah, the whole point is we're picking, we're picking ones that I would hate, right? Like Horsey water starter. I don't hate Horsey, but that is interesting. just strictly worse Primarina line and do the Azurill. I guess Azurill is like a normal type. Normal fairy. Why is that a normal fairy? It's a blue ball bouncing on another blue ball. Game Freak, what are you doing? Yeah. So if we just said that this is somehow a pure water type, because there's no such thing as a starter that isn't a pure type. I think right now it's gotta be. There are surprisingly few 3. My God, love disc. Oh God! Thank goodness Finneon. It would be. I'll be honest. It would be Finneon, just because of this game. Even though it's not a three Pokemon line, that just feels like the correct choice. Right? Hey, shout out to Finneon. Finneon, a hero of this run, though. A hero. I do not use that term lightly. Made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could continue. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. There are very few 3 Pokemon non-starter lines. So I think it would be like... So I think I just have to pick my least favorite starter line on the water side. Because otherwise I would just always pick Seadra. I think it would be... But I like Gen 2. I think it's got to be the Oshawott line. And this one's not fair. I don't hate this Pokemon. But one, it would be built into the game that you can't get Samurott Hisui. You would get exactly pure water-type Samurott with Torrent. And then... and then it just sucks. Yeah, oh no, I love Temple. No shot. No, yeah, I would pick it every time. So I think I would have to go... I think I have to go the Gen 5 Oshawott as my Nightmare Escape. But I'll be honest, almost every water type in the game ever is, like, decent. Pure water type. But in a... Like, imagine you get... You level all the way up to get Samurott. And what does that earn you? Oh, it earns you Encore. I hate picking water type starters for Nuzlocke. It's just the most common type in the game, in every game. So as much as y'all hear me hate on Ape, it's not really Ape that I hate on. I am equally terrified of running Ape or Penguin. I'm a grass type starter guy all the way. Encore doesn't even do damage. Man, if you knew how many times I clicked Worry Seed. Alright, we'll do like 10 more of these, and then we will go to a different route, and we will just all globally accept that this is my 132 encounter. Encore is... such a good move. I'm an Encore. I like Encore. I won't say I'm an Encore merchant because I hoard scales like I hoard encounters. All right, so we're going to go over to Route 124. And this is our 132 encounter. This is just purely quality of life stuff. So we're going to do the dive tech. Oh, look at that. No dive tech required. You just go over to Route 24, and you get yourself a roamer, guys. Yeah, the Devon radar is a... So, when we triggered the cutscene, the game released... Sorry, Monkey, I forgot. You're still fairly new. This is a very important mechanic. So, there are... Fortunately, it's hard to see with the way that my screen is cut. But on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, we have reserved 10 routes for us to pull a roamer encounter, which is Latios, Latias, Cresselia, Tornadus, Thundurus, Landro, or Enamorus. And you're given the Devon Radar item, and there's just like a 2% chance that anytime you're on a route, one of these Pokemon is there, and if it's there, it will always be the Pokemon you encounter first, and it always runs away after one turn. So you have like a 2% chance with a Quick Ball, or you have to throw your Master Ball. In this game, you're given 2 Master Balls, but only 1 at this point. So if we see a roamer we like, and you're only allowed, so that so basically you're given 2 roamers. And so before I pull this, I kind of need to think about what it is that I want, but instead of making the decision ahead of time, we're going to do the wrong thing and see what the encounter is. All right, we've got our hasty guy in front. Let's make sure we actually have the Master Ball. Awesome. And now we need to deactivate Repellent. All right, I've done roamers twice before. I have had Latias both times, and it did almost nothing. I had Latios once, but I pulled it after I had done Victory Road. It literally only came to optionals. And then I don't even remember what the other one was. Holy, I'm getting old. I got Latias twice, Latios once. Oh, and Enamorus. Right. Enamorus, who is the reason I lost on the E4. Stupid Enamorus didn't take enough damage in the first Sydney fight. Messed up my entire line. For multiple fights thereafter. So unlikely to happen. All right, but let's see what we got. We did. Yeah, we did deactivate. It just doesn't want to. Hello? Thank you. That is what I wanted. Fished my wish. Awesome. I didn't know what else I wanted, but Thundurus looks so cool. It gets, I think one's a scale move, but it gets access to both Volt Switch and U-Turn. And if y'all are a fan of the channel, y'all know I love click and turn moves. We go to the bag. We very carefully select Master Ball. We can't all just be AG and throw a quick ball and get these things. Jay, it was already the run. You know what I'm most excited about? I get to keep all of my other delayed encounters. All right. We need a name for this Thundurus. I have no idea how to pick Pokemon nicknames. Successfully delayed more routes. I don't know, this could be Ben. I think this could be Ben since he loves a fast electric type. This could be Ben XC himself. Rain check. He even kind of has Ben's hair. That's so true. All right, we'll figure it out later. All right, let's go find out. Repellent back on select and back activated. I don't think that Synchronize works on roamers, but they are technically legendary encounters, or they are technically wild encounters. Roamers, like gift Pokemon, come with guaranteed 331 IVs. So nature tends to matter more than IVs on these guys. The best Thunderous name I've seen so far was Baron's was named Ted Thundy, which was incredible. Adamant? I don't know if Adamant's good. I mean, this Adamant is good for Kyogre on E4. Zero HP. 19 attack. But max, you always want max speed on your roamer. That's pretty good. That's really good. You just want everybody wants their roamer to be super juiced, and so then we're like, I'll take it. Oh, no, that's a freaking plus attack Thunderous. Yeah, I'll take it. It's incredible. Let's save right quick. And let's look at what Mr. Thunderous does. Because all I know is it has switch moves. Oh, and Prankster. Prankster T-Wave Soy. Yes, please. Think of all of the moves I can click and go for before my opponent. Embargo? You do want special attack. Well, so he's a mixed attacker. So I'm disappointed in minus special attack. For sure. But how I've seen Thunderous used is one, yeah, like look, I have a minus special attack Electrode that's still done great things, and this guy is doing a lot more damage than that. So this is, even in its worst case, this is like a strict upgrade over our current fast Volt Switch Pokemon. Right, let's just compare, like, oh man, we didn't get the right thing. All right, we've been doing numbers with our 80 special attack minus special attack 13 IV Electrode. And you're like, well, hey, you know, the only thing it does do better is it'll quad resist electric, which is very unique. But this guy gets Thunder Punch, gets Embargo, Prankster Thunder Wave, U-turn guaranteed, and I don't think, and Volt Switch as a scale if we need it. And then, so it comes with Acro, U-turn, Focus Blast, Thunder, and max attack, flying, stab, itemless acrobatics sounds pretty damn good to me. Yeah, the downside to Thunderous E4 is that it's been played, right? Like I'm not gonna be. It's unlikely that I will come up with new Thunderous tech that nobody else has done before. If I still had a Torterra, I could do some Prankster Eerie Impulse shenanigans, and then my little Shell Armor guy could just pop off. But probably not. Well, especially not because mine died. But this gets some special moves. It does some special attack. Fly is good tech on this guy. So this is more of like it's a utility type of roamer, as opposed to, you know, like Latios just comes in and nukes things. You prankster, self-prankster swagger. Well, we don't have an untempo Pokemon, so it'd have to be Persimberry. But that is a pretty cool idea. Thinking about, I'm thinking about Glacia. I'll look into that. Glacia can often be invalidated by a sweeper Pokemon, but there aren't that many spread physical moves. Right, most of them are special. So like Torkoal can often sweep Glacia almost single-handedly in Trick Room. With proper baiting from the other slot. Let Breloom have it. Breloom ain't sweeping nothing, dude. I will try so hard to champ Breloom, but it will not happen. And I want to be clear, as maybe it could happen. There are lots of Pokemon that have been champed, but they haven't done anything to be champed. Right? They've just come to the E4. Right? Eel got champed, but it literally was a pre-sleep bot that happened to learn Seed Bomb. It clicked one turn. It clicked one move. It was awake for one turn. Like that. I'm not going to champ a Pokemon like that. If I get to champ something new, which I'm not going to hard force, I'm going to find a unique way to use a Pokemon and showcase what it does that's special. That's like the Vivillon powder countering frickin' Reshiram was insane. Like, that's the stuff. Yeah, the Hawlucha E4 was incredible, but Eel being champed in it was not interesting to me. Like, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, if a 5-mon E4 is possible, right, like I could be like, oh my god, I'm gonna champ Breloom, and then Breloom clicked like Mach Punch on one Focus Sash Pokemon. That's not it. But if I can set up like really unique damage ranges where Poison Heal gets me the perfect bait at the right time in a double battle, and I can Worry Seed away a power boost on something, well, then I'm all for it. Then Breloom's coming. Like, and Breloom has some tech. Breloom has Drain Punch, Spore. So, right, if you can't, like Choice Scarf Spore might be able to operate pretty similarly to Encore if we're trying to invalidate the Incineroar. But the routing would be really specific. So I can see a world where like Breloom comes to the E4 and it knows Drain Punch, Worry Seed, Spore, and like Fake Tears are toxic. I don't even think Toxic's a TM in this game. Fake Tears. And then maybe in the middle of and then maybe you like Aerial Ace the Decidueye on the double battle. Like there's some things here. I'm gonna try. I want to cook up some Breloom E4, but who knows if I will be able to come up with anything. Right now, I just have a dream. All right, what is the right Serena trainer? Fine, we'll go Inteleon instead. Lass, Andrea, and Connie. Surely it's you. So, we have officially reached Sutopolis Gym. And I don't know how much more time I have. Baby girl's probably going to need to get fed soon, so we are unfortunately on the clock. So unlikely we do any more battles, but I feel pretty good about getting the roamer. Sutopolis Gym is a really, really cool game design. They've reorganized the gym. There's a top floor and a bottom floor, and the bottom floor... Colt, what is up, friend? Welcome in. Hello, hello. You just missed our first roamer. Let me show you what we got. First try. Mutants, hello. Appreciate y'all being here. We picked up this Thunderous. I don't know how to feel about the nature. I don't like 0 HP IVs, but it's Thunderous, which is what I wanted. This is what I was hoping for. I don't believe it's the best one, but it's the one I wanted anyway. That's what I've heard too. That is what I've heard. Right? It's definitely one of the top 3 guys, right? I think Latios is like the undisputed number 1. And then probably a Nam. But for some boxes, a Nam's just the only thing you need a fairy type, so then Enamorous gets kind of bumped up. And I think Thunderous is just kind of a close third to those two. But I'm all for it. I fished my wish. It's what I absolutely wanted. We got all the turn moves here. Minus special attack might be a problem. It might not be. This guy's a mixed attacker. I know. Immediately would have been Nurse Soy. Yeah. Well, we don't have that many scales. We'll see. Colt, how was stream? How far'd you get? How was the first day back in the saddle? We are about to start cooking Zootopolis Gym, and the struggle is real. Let's check out scale economy while we're here. We haven't picked up scales in a while. Maybe we should go do that. So I have 13 more scales to acquire throughout the game. Deathless through CRR is fantastic. I never seen a Deathless CRR that I didn't fraud. That's just life. If you ain't frauding, you ain't trying. Let's go. That's awesome. All right. So I feel good about that. Feel good about where we are. So what we've done today is we went and did the Mega Gyarados fight, or fights, plural. Then we did the Mega Aerodactyl fight, and then we planned out our roamers. We hung out with some chat, and pulled ourselves a Thunderous on the first try. Sadly, we did have to let go one of our coveted 20 delays. So Route 132 is off the delay list. 07 delay number 20. Scuda special attacks. Oh, it's even better, Ben. It's even better than that. Because it is and it isn't hidden power related. So we caught this, the lore. Oh, the lore. We caught this Barraskewda after missing it on 135. Why can't I find it? There we go. We caught this Barraskewda on Route 105 because we missed the 134 and got Sharpedo. And this guy is phone number. However, as soon as I catch a Barraskewda, the first thing I do is I check its HP, its hidden power. And if its hidden power is ice, then I say it's a good Barraskewda, because on Turtle, HP Ice Barraskewda is a great counter to Salamence. Here's the problem. Mine had 5 special attack IVs. And it was so bad that even though it was HP Ice, it couldn't do the Salamence on CRR. It was a terrible range, like, I don't know, maybe 60% to KO in 2 shots. In 2 shots with a 4-time super effective attack. With Life Orb. Pathetic. So I cooked and 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 I could not find a way through. And then I thought, you know what I should do? I should check if I scale special attack is it still HP Ice? And it turns out it was. Now, I have no idea how the hidden power stuff works. If it's just like an odd number thing, then maybe I should have known that, but I didn't. And it was so hyped to find out that I could spend a scale, keep my same hidden power, and then proudly defeated that evil Salamence in almost riskless fashion. That was fun. Yeah. So we have done special attack Barraskewda. We did Candy Luminion for Brawly. Candy Luminion into sacking Luminion on Brawly as a planned sack. We really know how to waste resources on this channel. And then since then, we've pretty much just been candying Noivern and Beedrill. So, Sootopolis Gym starts with a back-to-back where you do get to heal your party in between, and when you do the fights underneath the gym where you're trapped, it's permanent hail, and you are not automatically healed like you are inside the gym. So it's technically a separate area. People walk into the fights all the time. The first one, so you do a double battle with this Queenly Majesty Serena that doesn't allow you to do fake out strategies, and then it has only inaccurate moves, and you can't pre-damage in the gym, so it's really difficult to bait consistent hits from it, and there's no way anybody wants to leave this Screens, Muddy Water, Icy Wind, and Teleon up. You guys just got to get this guy off the field. So you're pretty much stuck with Serena RNG shenanigans, and you got to figure your way out through the fight. And whatever you bring to that double battle also needs to beat this obnoxious underneath the gym battle, where we have a Stealth Rock Clefable, a Toxic Spikes Blizzard Greninja with Protean, a Slush Rush Sandslash Inhale with more Stealth Rocks, a Floatzel that's pretty easy to beat, and Goodra, who has been so terrible to us. But this one's a Steel type, and you could probably one-shot it. Good point. I'm supposed to be showing this. Thank you. So, what I want to do is I want to find a riskless line with like 4 Pokemon for this Clefable battle in Permanent Hail, and then I will just piece together the double battle before it. No, my Urshifu doesn't do the job. You have to have a plus speed Urshifu to do it. So Choice Scarf Urshifu is a pretty common thing to bring, and a lot of runners just do the nature change. So I'll just put Hasty. So Hasty Urshifu will outspeed Sandslash, and then yeah, you can just do some chain KOs. But I'm not big on just, unless I think I'm going to wipe to a fight without it, I'm not doing a nature change pre-E4, ever. That's why I still have a plus special attack Beedrill sitting around here. All right, we got this 20, look at this, 25 special attack plus special attack Beedrill. Let's go. I don't do scaled natures unless I have to. But I would if I can't find something, but I'm not starting there. So, and there's a good chance that I won't find anything because our Beedrill is minus defense, and so we'll one-shot the Clefable, and then we get random move from Sandslash. And there ain't a whole lot that can take random move from Sandslash and KO it. So we would need like a true hard pivot. We could go to Torkoal. And then Torkoal probably does a pretty good job here, but we can't expect to KO in case we get Earthquake, so we'd have to have a second answer to this. Mutants, you've been doing. You're Lucid, right? Because I've seen you do Lucid. I've seen you do Unavailable. Um, you're running Lucid right now, right? 20 scale E4. Let's go. No, I don't have. If I spend no more scales by the end of the game, I don't have that many. I have 15 scales right now. How's your Lucid run treating you? So Torkoal's one option. We could just sack a Pokemon here straight up. Can't count on a speed drop. Golisopod's usually a pretty good pivot here, so that we might just do something like that. Past Winona with 2 deaths. Very nice, very nice. I've heard Winona is one of the tougher gym battles in the game. So well done. We might just have to raw dog Scissor in and dodge a crit. Yeah, this is kind of a brutal gym battle. And I don't have a Mach Puncher that can switch in. Right, random move Sandslash is pretty terrible. And if we're not preventing Stealth Rocks anyway, like, why am I working so hard to bring Beedrill in the first place? Even though Beedrill's good on both fights, which I just know from doing it before. So we could also lead Excadrill. Yeah, Flannery is the last gym leader, which is, I think, in Run and Bun, Flannery is like super free most of the time. It's pretty much just an RNG. It's a dice roll for having a good rock slider. This is nice to see a different version of Flan. So we can KO the Clef. I could probably get behind dodging highest roll of Triple Axel. So we could lead Excadrill. I think Hail goes before Leftovers, right? Or no, Leftovers goes before Hail. So I would always be 1 tick down. We dodge highest roll of this. Jay, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Sleep well, friend. I'll catch you next stream, I'm sure. Wow, we're getting desperate out here. Looking at Choice Band Barraskewda. One idea. Ooh, you know what I did not consider? This is intriguing. So I had my original thought is whenever I need a super bulky physical type, I go to Milotic. Now the downside to Milotic is typically in a gym fight you can't pre-burn, but this is under the gym, so I would just have to find a way to switch in Flame Orb Milotic into the first fight, and then I could bring it. Yeah, it is funky. I have never really checked well to understand how it works. But I think Milo's a good counter to this guy. And we'll have likely good control over our HP. The downside is that we're almost guaranteed to have spikes up. But we could conceivably... we could conceivably stall the Sand Slash out of Earthquakes, which is kind of wild in a Hail fight. Not really, because we're taking Burn plus Hail. Let's explore that. Okay, so now we can go back to the Beedrill lead if we have a pre-burnt Milotic on the ship. He'll die to Life Orb, yeah. So he would die to Life Orb, and then we bait what? We'd have out damage Greninja. And oddly, with a Lepa Berry, we can probably KO the Greninja by just recovering too, because we have Life Dew and Recover. And Low Kick just doesn't do that much. Nobody's going to have a kill, right? I mean, this is Milotic we're talking about. Yeah, nobody has a kill. So we would just... This is ridiculous. We would just let rocks go up. Milotic just sits on the field, takes its grand old time, and then at the opportune moment, we switch to Beedrill on a fighting-type Greninja. Fighting-type Greninja when we're below 38%. Dies to U-turn, and we don't really have to... We're taking rocks and spikes and low kick and hail, so we probably can't do 2 pivots, but we can do 1. Yeah, so option A is KO with... Yeah, so we KO Greninja with U-turn if we can get him low enough. It might have to be Poison Jab, but let's think. Our Beedrill will not show a KO to Floatzel, which is probably a good thing. We're almost bulky enough to live Hydro Pump plus Hail, but we're not. So we U-turn the Floatzel. And what do we need from Floatzel? We need... Because Urshifu can... Choice Scarf Urshifu now can chain the back. But I don't think we're going to get that. Alright, so we U-turn the Floatzel. We assume that Beedrill will be getting Blizzard or Hydro Pump for the sake of preparation. It should never be getting Focus Blast. Blizzard Hydro Pump. I mean, that sure looks like Walrein. And then we do... Ooh, we might have to be a little bit careful with this, because what we don't want to do is have Floatzel die to Hail Chip. Maybe it doesn't matter. Can Urshifu just... Urshifu can just switch in on Goodra, provided that Goodra can't set up. Unfortunately, I don't think Urshifu switches in on this guy very well. It doesn't. So... yeah, it would have to be like Blizzard stuff. Alright, Hydro Pump can miss, so we would want to get some kind of guarantee out of this guy. Does it just go back to Milotic somehow? There's no way. There's no way we can expect to have that much Milo recovery left. All right. So let's look at this differently. If we say, okay, we're certain we can set up the U-turn KO, then we can just go Scarf Urshifu, right? No. We can't. Because ours isn't cracked. We'd have to be plus everything. Plus attack and speed. Do I have anything that invalidates the back? Oh, maybe we should export Thunderous and consider, you know, the legendary Pokemon we just got. Hello, Thunderous. Alright, so Thunderous would show a fast KO to Floatzel. No, would show a slow KO to Floatzel. So Thunderous would not work unless we were Scarfed. Scarfed Thundy would get Goodra for no setup. Okay, Goodra, no setup. We U-turn. Oh, it's Dragon Tail. That's obnoxious. You can't be taking Dragon Tails in Hail. That's why we gotta be chaining that guy. So we need to bait Floatzel, but we want to bait Floatzel with something better than Beedrill. Or with a fairy type, we can get Goodra. That's the other option. I still think the Beedrill thing's the right play. So let's just say we go... We go to Golisopod, but we just kind of sit there, right? We sit there taking attacks. Oh, ooh, yeah. This is it. We go Assault Vest, Golisopod, I think. We take a really small amount of damage. We get a speed drop. With a speed drop on board, then we can bring in Urshifu. We can't chain unless we spend. Attack scale, I'm more willing to spend. Attack scale still doesn't do it. We can't guarantee we get an exit from Golisopod. That's a bummer. And we can't guarantee we have enough HP on Beedrill for it to definitely work. This is close. This is enough for me to say, okay, if I'm bringing Beedrill, Milotic, Golisopod, and Urshifu, or even just these 3 plus 1 more, that's enough for me to go back and cook fight 1 and say, okay, let me add 2 more slots and figure it out. Does my Excadrill kill Hoodra? Let's find out. It does with Soft Sand. So it would be getting it in that's the challenge. And I can't switch it in. Blizzard might freeze. I can't switch it in on Pumpy or Focus Blast safely. And I can't bait Goodra first because Goodra would click the Dragon Tail button. Unless I'm showing an Earthquake KO, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to pre-damage like that. What about Scarf Hydreigon? No. But we'll find it. We'll find it. So. So we want Inteleon dead, right? We all know Inteleon should die. That is an Inteleon's purpose. Unfortunately, we had to scale our Beedrill's defense for Seafloor Cavern to avoid dying to a crit struggle. I am not kidding. And then that struggle didn't happen because we messed up the fight. So this scale actually hurts us because Triple Axel should see a KO on us and doesn't. So we're a little bit punished there. However, I think that Milotic is gonna help us out here. Do you KO? No. Milotic is not gonna help us out. So we need a lead that is slower and dead to Serena. And I'm pretty sure that regular Beedrill is also slower than Serena. It is. So we have Triple Axel usually KOing, and we have a Pokemon that we cannot flinch with Fake Out. We could, however, flinch it with Fling. If I could only find my Greninja. So if we were to lead Fling Greninja, that would technically work, but then we haven't done anything to Inteleon. I think I have to try to do the right side. Almost always you KO the other side, but this almost feels like take a double KO turn one type of a line. All right, so what do I have that can one-shot Inteleon? I have Choice Scarf Galvantula. Or I have Choice Scarf Thundurus with Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt TM, anybody? Thunder Punch with our plus attack. Aw, bro. Okay, fine. Choice Scarf U-turn plus U-turn. 180. I bet you're dead to Triple Axel too. Oh, good. You're a... No, sorry. You're always dead to Triple Axel. So we would need 2 Triple Axel switch-ins. Well, we need Choice Scarf to outspeed the Inteleon. Right? The whole point is we have to chip Inteleon with 1. We do 76 plus 180. Which is 256. So we exactly KO. I really hope we get to do this lead so that we can claim that we needed the Adamant Nature on Thundurus. Oh, look at that! That's right. It is level 90 in the box, too. So I'm going to keep it that way, and I'll level it up only if it's necessary. Thank you. It does not change the range. The range it exactly KOs. The 2 minimum rolls equal Inteleon's HP. Doubles didn't. We were also in singles there. So we can KO that, and then we would immediately have to switch into 2 things that take Triple Axel, no problem. So I probably would go Urshifu, because Urshifu's going to need to do some sweeping. And then we go into something... Maybe something... I don't think there's anything that's going to show a fast KO to the Kang. Here's the other question. How much... Yeah. Because this is a chance to switch in Milotic with the Flame Orb. The tricky part is it becomes very inconsistent very quickly. So maybe the answer is we KO Inteleon and we just switch in Golisopod and Milotic. And Milotic has the Flame Orb. And then Serena. Oh, well, then it can click Acupressure. That's deeply terrible. Right? Doesn't Acupressure like +2 a random stat? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can't let that happen. So we need to switch in something that always takes the one attack and never worries about the other, huh? What is that? Togedemaru. Or Excadrill. I'm not sure I should be doing all this at midnight. 2 Pokemon that are both... Oh, hold on. Right. Thundurus is already faster, but it's the whole range thing. The fact that both of these are sometimes dead to Triple Axle is... Thundurus is always dead at level 90? I thought we had this range before. All right, so let's put Beedrill aside. Maybe we just lead 2 Scarf Pokemon. Thundurus is naturally faster than Urshifu. That's great. So if we lead Scarf Urshifu, Scarf Urshifu can get us either Pokemon second, which is great. And it gets us Serena guaranteed Triple Axle onto the right slot. That seems like a much better start than we've had yet. There is still fiction with Triple Axle missing, but I think we have to live with that to get Milotic burnt. So, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. So Urshifu plus U-turn, take out Inteleon, double Scarf, and then Urshifu's never dead to anything from Serena yet. Let's kind of just take a mental note of at what point it would be. At -2, there are rolls. At -3, it should always KO. At -3, we're only ever dead to just Power Whip. However, we're going to guarantee a Fake Out from Kangaskhan too. All right, so we can KO the Inteleon without double U-turn. We can go... Do we need to be Flame Orb on the Milotic? Is that necessary? It is for Triple Axle damage. It doesn't... Milotic doesn't sit on it nearly as well without that. So what do we switch in? We switch in. How about you? Are you always dead? You're almost always dead. Walrein. So we were looking at Walrein for the other battle. Maybe we can bring it. If we bring in like Sticky Barb Walrein, that could bait Decidueye as well. Okay, so we need to bait with slot 1. So Thundurus would be in slot 1. We go to Sticky Barb Walrein. Walrein baits Decidueye Fast Kill and Serena Fast Kill. triple axle, leaf storm, or close combat. Believe it or not, I think Beedrill can live double crit. Power Whip 61. $38. 61 point what? That's close. 61.6. Okay, so we beat that to exactly double max roll crit. And he has to hit. And he has to 50-50. It's pretty crazy. I think I have to take that. What's the other option? The other option is switching in Thunderous, and Thunderous takes a ton from Power Whip. Okay. And we could maybe Candy or Scale Beedrill to fix the range if we thought that was necessary. But that is like a 1 in... it's a Pentiment and a Scale on like a 1 in 500 seems pretty dumb, even if it's Beedrill. Okay. So let's say we do that. We switch Beedrill in on any of those moves. Ooh, could be Leaf Blade too. Does Leaf Blade do more? No, it does less. So that actually makes our range even better. Okay. So Beedrill switches in as... Urshifu doesn't really do anything this turn, does it? Can we focus down the other side now? Inteleon's dead. Decidueye's on the field. Almost feels like we could take a double KO and get Toxicroak in. Turn 1 KO the Inteleon. Go to Walrein. Turn 2 switch in Beedrill for Walrein in slot 1. Urshifu switches out. Urshifu switches out. Do we need it to switch out? I don't think so. I think Urshifu just close combats Decidueye again. Beedrill enters the fray. And then from this position, Beedrill has to KO Serena, but it doesn't have to leave the field. So this would be Beedrill Leech Life KOs. And then the question is, would we rather this be Urshifu or would we rather this be Thunderous next to it? Urshifu gets us the guaranteed fake out, so I think we want Urshifu. The problem is it's not guaranteed. We have to dodge some of our own crit rolls. Do we show a Focus Blast KO? We do not. You don't have fake out. Okay. So... feels like this team can kind of work. I don't know that I get to bring Golisopod. It's hard to do double battles with no Protect. But none of my Protect guys bait Ice and Grass moves anyway. Right, Tobidamaru doesn't, Obstagoon doesn't, Blaziken doesn't. Right, and I don't feel like going to catch a Caracosta for one gym fight. I'd rather just like sack Glalie or something. Alright, Walrein. So Beedrill's on the field. It's super low HP. Decidueye's on the field. I'm gonna say for now it's Thunderous. So Thunderous Acrobatics KOs Decidueye. Still full HP, while Serena dies to leech life from Mega B. And we heal pretty high up. Importantly, we will heal ourselves above Fake Out KO range, almost always. And then we're going to get Toxicroak for Stone Edge on Beedrill. Is that right? Yes, because we'll have full HP Thundurus. So we'll have Toxicroak, guaranteed Stone Edge, and then we'll have Kangaskhan doing a Fake Out to somebody. I think we just want to let Kangaskhan Fake Out. So we go Acrobatics into Toxicroak. Seems really good. And then go... Oh, I don't have Urshifu on the team right now, do I? Oh, no, I go back to Urshifu. Take Stone Edge plus or minus Fake Out. We're Scarfed, so we can one-shot the Kangaskhan, ending that side. And then Thundurus one-shots the Toxicroak with a second Acrobatics. And now we have Milotic, who can kind of annoy us because we need to get our Milotic burnt, and we haven't had a chance to switch it in yet. And maybe the answer is we just have to take the risk on turn 2, switching in Milotic to Triple Axle, and hope the Triple Axle hits. That might... Triple Axle hit doesn't even do enough damage. No, it will because we're not burnt yet. Triple Axle hit does 20%. So that would... 19.2. Min roll Triple Axle's 3 hit doesn't, but it's just 90% accurate. That's not great odds. Alright, so we have to deal with some Muddy Water Fiction scenarios. Or we have to have Milotic become burnt against Sand Slash, which I think is pretty reasonable. It just means we get no Lepa Berry, which is a total bummer. How bad would that be? If we switch in and then we get burnt, we could take up to like 60. Oh, we take like 70. But no, we have to get burnt in this battle. Okay, if we have to get burnt in this battle, how do we accomplish that? Kangaskhan still does nothing to Urshifu. So... Man, if only Glalie were a valid starter. Yeah. Well, Glalie's not a base form Pokemon, right? Was it Snorunt? Snorunt? Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. There's so many thoroughly unimpressive Pokemon. I went for a high roll with the Glalie pull, though. I can't really complain. I was trying for Magnet Pull Explosion on. Didn't work out. Alright. I think... Oh my god, you know what would be a total L2? Milotic could click Hypnosis and prevent us from burning ourselves with Flame Orb. It's actually a little difficult to set this up. And he's competitive. Okay. I don't even think I actually think I just messed up this line anyway. Turn 1, we KO Inteleon. We go to Walrein. Walrein always baits Power Whip and an attack from Decidueye. We go Beedrill on it. Beedrill dodges Omega Fiction of Power Whip natural crit into 1 in 3 close combat crit. Lives. Hold on. I'm an idiot. Close combat crit does 60%. Power Whip crit does 60%. This is not, we cannot do this switch in at all. This straight up doesn't work. Walrein would have to know Protect for this to work. And Urshifu has to be Scarfed. Thundurus doesn't have to switch out. Yes, it does. It's taking triple axle. We just don't have the answers to the test with this box. Yeah, I think I need to look at this with fresh eyes, because I can't even interact with chat anymore. I'm just stumped. So I don't know if there's anybody left to raid. Let's take a peek. Got Falto playing some Lucid. Let's see if there's anybody playing Run and Bun. Looks like no. But pretty good day, couple battles. Got ourselves a Thundurus, feels good. We'll raid Falto, go from there. Thank you for being here. Fun day. Hope everybody has a great night, morning, afternoon, or whatever time it is for you. Thank you, Monkey. It's the viewers that make the stream.